So yesterday I made a video about ways that you can learn to celebrate more in your life because it's good for your brain and also because it's going to be a good source of inspiration and motivation to continue on as you go about pursuing your purpose once you do find one. And so as you're searching for that, there's qualities and things you can build up and develop within yourself and things you can do to improve your life so that when you do have your purpose, you can pursue it with more success. And one of them is to learn to celebrate more. And this takes some convincing because we're just not used to that. I mean, there's certain things we celebrate, somebody winning a game or something, but I'm talking about celebrating throughout the day to keep yourself motivated and to give your brain the instruction that, yes, this is good. I want more of this. Continue this. Supply me with the chemicals, the neurotransmitter release so that I can keep doing this. So I'm going to give you even more ways because after I made that video yesterday, I got to thinking there's more I want to share. So I'll give you a few more in this video and maybe I'll make a couple more. I've got loads to share, but let me just give you a few more in this video. So the first way is to create a team of inner cheerleaders. Now I have a whole worksheet and exercise about that. So if you're interested, click the link in the description and follow the path to get that course. But in general, just think about what cheerleaders do. They're the opposite of negative thoughts that tear you down or discourage you, right? And so just go through your most encouraging thoughts that could be said to you and create some inner avatars that you can bring to mind and then imagine how they would cheer you on, how they would celebrate. So inner cheerleaders is one way. Another way is to actually move. So in the previous video about celebrating, I said to imagine that you're giving yourself a hug or imagine you're giving yourself a high five. But this is to physically move your body, and you can do something that only lasts a few seconds. It doesn't take many seconds to give your brain the instruction to help you to feel good about something. So, it can just be a little jig, but decide what it is, and then the next way goes along with the movement, which is to just get over yourself. Get over yourself. And what I mean by that is you're going to have resistance to doing this. It's just normal. You're going to feel like you're cheesy or that you're being dumb. And so, oh well, so what? Get over yourself. Just say, okay, well, it's good for me. I'm going to give myself permission. And you're not going to be alone in this switch, this change. Our culture is changing toward this based on what's coming out of fMRI scans and neuroscience, so that we have the data to know that, yeah, it's cheesy, but it should never have been made cheesy. We should do a little jig. We should give our body permission to celebrate with us and to keep moving. All right, what's the next way? The next way is to come up with some phrases, some things that you would want people who you know love you and support you in your inner circle, your trusted friends and confidants. Give them phrases that you want them to say to you when it's time to celebrate something, because not everybody knows how to do this and they might say something that isn't spot on. So why not just give them clear instructions? I've done this, I've helped clients do this and friends do this, and it's been a good experience. People are super appreciative when they know what to say to you, especially when they already love you and they want to encourage you and then they have instructions. And the beauty of it is that you won't remember what you told them to say. They may not even remember specifically what you told them to say, but they'll just get it that like, oh, okay, this is my turn. This is when I say the things. It can be actually pretty adorable, actually, and very heartwarming, and it just bonds you. So that's something. And I also have a full list and worksheet in the course as well. So that's not inner cheerleaders. That's more about coaching your tribe and developing your tribe and deciding, who's in your tribe, who's not. And of the people who are in your tribe, what are they good for? Not everybody's good for the same thing. Not everybody is going to be enlisted as people who can get your list of things to say to you when it's time to celebrate. Some people are just more like, for example, a source of information or wisdom or advice. And some people are just natural cheerleaders. Now, another way is if you're going to give yourself a treat, like a caloric treat, food, something to eat, make sure it's very specific to you. Don't just go through your pantry and constantly snack on cookies and candy. I mean, you can if you want, but that's not what I'm recommending that you do. When I say a treat, I mean very specific. Like for me, there's only one treat that is food that I will use to celebrate. And it's at this specific pizza restaurant, and it has to be fresh out of the oven, and I have to be sitting down and eating it. So it's not just, take out or have it delivered, because I want it to be celebratory. I want it to be hard. I want there to be layers between me and that, because I don't want to use food to celebrate my body, my cheeks. None of that needs that. But it is nice to get the reward of food once in a while. So just make sure you're getting all the juice for your squeeze, all the bang for your buck. Okay, another way is to make sure that you are writing a list of everything you want to do, plan to do, are going to do, and put a box next to it. I put it to the left of the to-do item, and then I check off that box, or you can cross it off your list, but I like to put a check mark there. Why? Because you get a release of dopamine. Not all people do. If you have ADHD, maybe you don't get as much dopamine as people who don't have ADHD, but it still does help you to track. I'm making a separate video for people with ADHD who don't get the full amount of dopamine that other people do. It's called The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's an exercise. It's super helpful. Oh my gosh, it's kind of life-changing. So look for that video if you do have ADHD and you want to get satisfaction from checking things off your list. But I don't even make a bowl of cereal without first writing it on my to-do list, so that then when I go and make the cereal and eat it, I can come back and check it off. I want all the dopamine. I want all the chemicals. And dopamine is dope. Dopamine is dope because it's not only a hormone, it's a chemical, but it's not only a hormone that gets released into the body to tell your body, hey, good job, keep going. It gives you a pleasurable experience and motivation, but it's also a neurotransmitter. So it's helping your neurons in your brain communicate with one another. So it's really powerful, it's dope. And lastly, can I do one more with you? One more. The idea of celebrating, the reason why it's good to celebrate is because we need to step into a better level of self-command within us. We as a population, for various reasons, but we don't need to go into it here, but we've been disconnected from having self-command. And so when you celebrate, that's you telling your brain and body, hey, this is good. And it's good because I say it's good. And because I say it's good and I'm telling you it's good because I'm celebrating, I want you to give me more. I want you to give me more motivation. I want you to give me more focus. I want you to do this again. So that's really the purpose of celebration, besides just feeling good, right? And so having self-command is also about diagnosing what you need and then commanding it. So in celebrating, one thing you can practice doing is identifying where is your energy so that you can manipulate your energy in a way that benefits you. And what do I mean by that? Well, some people get stuck in their head, right? They can be overly rigid. They can be hyper-rational, cut off from their sense of awe and wonder and beauty. They can become desensitized or insensitive. This happens when the majority of their energy is in the brain. It's in their up here, above their shoulders. And sometimes when there's too much energy below your brain, below your shoulders, you can feel anxious, you can feel uneasy, not at ease. And so first you want to know, what kind of celebration or what kind of movement do I need? If you're caught in your head and you're hyper-rational and just overly rigid and lacking compassion and those kinds of feelings, then you want to move it down into your body. So you want to move. You can dance, you can go for a walk. Feel your energy moving down from your brain into your body. But if you have too much energy in your body, you also want to move that down. You don't want to move it up to your head. You want to move it down. So you want to get grounded. So that's when you can imagine that you're like a tree and imagine your energy is going down like roots into the ground. Or you can become aware of the weight of your body where you're standing or where you're sitting, and just notice the weight of your body. Notice that you are down low, grounded. You can go on a walk, but be very mindful of the steps you're taking. You can balance on one foot and maybe lift the toes of the foot that you're balancing on, and then bend your knee and see if you can touch your toe, the toe of the foot that's still standing. Balancing or juggling will help you to concentrate on something outside of the anxious feelings. And this is kind of related to celebration, but it's just really celebrating the fact that you're in control, you're the CEO, you have self-command. So I hope those are helpful for you. I could probably do another 1 or 2 videos just on this topic of celebrating because I love it and because there's so many different ways. But I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you have other ideas for this? Which ones are helpful? Which ones do you want to try? Again, be sure to click the link in the description if you want access to that course and those worksheets. And in the meantime, I hope everything is beautiful with you. Big hugs, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.